Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Chad Williams, the head football coach at Linden High School. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So we are almost here. It's almost time to get going, and just really kind of go into how the summer went for you guys.
Yeah. Honestly, this was probably my most fun off season with these kids. We just took a little bit different approach in terms of creating incentives for the things that we want to emphasize in the program, right? So we had a whole T-shirt system where you're earning points and earning different colored shirts, and it gives you a different, not necessarily status, but at the end, if you earn a red shirt, you can be voted as a team captain. So there's a whole lot that goes into it in terms of competition and performance and all these different things. So it just created a really fun competitive atmosphere. We were able to balance the hard, grinded out work with having fun and competing in a lot of different games and competitions and things of that nature. So yeah, the summer was efficient. It went by quickly, and then it was also a lot of fun. So
Yeah. So just just get kind of let's start with this. And now it's time to do everyone's favorite thing. It's talk about the returners and all the players that are going to be on there. Let's start with the offense, and then we'll go from there.
yeah, so in terms of returning players, the whole offensive line is coming back. Especially with I think we lost 2 or 3 offensive linemen last year, and then with the injuries we had, so then there was kids that had to step up at the end of the year, probably after week 6, that now have just plugged into a starting spot, and their confidence is through the roof. So returning the whole offensive line, returning both running backs. The quarterback was a sophomore receiver last year. It's going to bump over to quarterback this year. Returning a former sophomore receiver, he'll be at the slot. So yeah, and then from there, just Aiden Moore is an upcoming junior that played JV that will be plugging into a starting receiver position most likely. So yeah, we're turning a lot of key pieces.
All right. Well, now let's go to the defense.
Yeah. Yeah. Defensively, both our safeties are coming back. Drew Lurvy, Landon Jones. In the middle, we're bringing back 3 linebackers. And then up front, we're essentially bringing back our whole defensive line as well. So,
okay. Special teams.
Yeah, our kicker's still here, our punter's still here, our long snapper's still here. There's a lot of athletes this year that, and to be honest, puberty is a weird thing. There's kids last year that, were still growing into their bodies. And this year they have grown into their bodies. They're stronger, they're faster, and so they're going to be able to play a huge role on special teams, as well as that upcoming junior class has a lot of really good athletes, as well as a couple sophomores that I think are going to be able to be on every single special team and make an impact there.
Yeah. And all right. Well, let's we've talked about the kids. Now let's talk about the upcoming schedule. I'll just go through this real quick. August 29th, the season starts at Lance Cruz. And then with September 6th, home against Goodrich. September 13th at Holly. September 20th at Flushing. September 27th at Schwartz Creek. October 4th, home against Fenton. October 11th, home against Flint Kearsley. October 18th will be the Flint Metro League crossover. And then October 25th, finishing out the regular season at Mount Pleasant. So, pretty good schedule as always. But what is this year going to be like in the Stripes division of the Flint Metro League?
Yeah, I think you've always got a really good football team in Fenton. They're a well-coached program. They do a good job. I really respect and like the coaches over at Flushing and Holly. I think they both do a phenomenal job. Really, I think the Metro as a whole is probably one of the most competitive leagues, in mid-Michigan. And in the last 2 years, we've had 2 different teams go to the state championship. We're on the other side of the Metro, but and in terms of just representing the Metro, I think we've got a really, really good football thing going on here. So for us, I think I think for us it is about physicality, it's about toughness. Obviously, it's about staying healthy. We can't lose, 14, 15 kids like we did last year. So we've got to find a way to stay healthy, which I think we will. It is also about leadership. I think we have got a strong senior class, which is funny because when I first got here, that senior class was a class that everyone was like, hey, watch out for them in terms of like there's not a lot there. But again, you can't take a whole lot of stock into that when you're talking about 13, 14-year-old kids that have yet to develop and figure out who they are. And physically they're still developing. And so, a lot of those kids have developed into some of our best leaders we've had, in 3 years. And, that's a testament to guys like Bryce Eluke, Monty Keener, Michael Bush, setting the bar high and then allowing those guys to kind of step on their shoulders and take the bar even higher. So, I think it's going to be about conviction and your purpose and resilience and being able to put all those things together and fight what's going to be a tough schedule, and I think it is going to be a pretty tough schedule. Inevitably, you're going to play Goodrich week 2. And if the last 2 years are of any predictor, we're probably going to see in week 8 as well. So, it's a tough schedule, but I think we're ready for it.
Yeah. Okay. So what are the next 2 weeks going to look like for your team as we get started on the 12th here?
Yeah. So I think, it's about reps. We've got, like I said, we're bringing a lot of kids back that know our system, that know what we expect, that know the standard in terms of effort and attitude and leadership and all that stuff. So it's about reps. It's about trying to get really good at the stuff that we need to be good at. What are we going to hang our hat on offense? What are we going to hang our hat on defense? What are our answers that we need to have ready for every team? I think that's been a growth of ours this off season as coaches. I think we don't really shy away from raising our hand and being like, hey, we need to be better in these areas, or these are areas that we have to grow from. And so those are areas that we attack this off season, is just kind of where can we put our kids in the best position to be successful, and where can we start having answers for things that maybe we haven't had answers for in the past, and just continue to learn and grow as a coaching staff. So yeah, it's just about putting all those pieces together and just focusing, on today. Focus on today, focus on this session, focus on this, block of practice, and trying to dominate that session. So not too worried about trying to look, 6 weeks ahead of time or 2 weeks ahead of time or whatever it is. It's, it's the cliche coaching term of just, we're going to focus on what's in front of us right here, right now.
All right. All right, Chad, thank you so much for the time, as always, and best of luck to the Eagles this coming season.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.